Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Jones running on 1st down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for... That's caught inside the 20. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. And even 40 yards. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another first down.
At the 1-yard line.
Now Jones, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ronald Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Gano for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Vikings 48, 49ers 3. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Bridgewater to throw it. This is caught. Not able to go anywhere that time, 2nd down.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and
they'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Here's Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Robbie Anderson. His first touchdown on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
He'll buy some time right. And he's brought down.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with it.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
Bridgewater. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and...
And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40.
They run it here with Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts, and in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On second down, it's Jones. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
This is 3rd down.
Yellow. Safety's creeping. Hatchet.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
46-yard line.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts.
2 yards.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Now Bridgewater. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. To throw, Bridgewater. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Melvin Gordon out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
63.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Score, Vikings.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass,